Welcome to Law Made Simple, where Indian law meets clarity. We break down complex legal concepts into everyday language. कानून अब सबके लिए है. Simple, accessible, and empowering. Today, we begin an important topic in banking law, understanding the different types of checks used in India. Checks are more than just pieces of paper. They are legally recognized instruments that facilitate secure financial transactions. Under Section 6 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881, a check is defined as a bill of exchange drawn on a specified banker and payable on demand. This act, one of the oldest financial legislations in India, governs the use, transfer, and legal implications of checks. Section 13 of the same act further classifies negotiable instruments, including checks, into various types based on their usage and endorsement. A check is essentially a written order from the account holder instructing the bank to pay a specific amount to a person or entity. It plays a vital role in business, legal settlements, and personal finance. Knowing the types of checks helps you avoid fraud, ensures smoother banking operations, and empowers you to make informed decisions. In this video, we'll explain 7 major types of checks used in India, each with legal references and practical examples. Whether you're a student, professional, or simply curious about banking law, this series will simplify complex legal terms into everyday understanding. Stay tuned as we explore each type with clarity and precision. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Law Made Simple for more such legal insights. Now, we will move to the next aspect. Bearer check, easy to encash, risky if lost. Let's now understand the first type of check, bearer check, one of the most commonly used forms in India. A bearer check is payable to the person who presents it at the bank, regardless of whether they are the intended recipient. This means no identity verification is required, making it convenient but also risky. Legally, bearer checks are recognized under Section 13 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881, which defines negotiable instruments and their transferability. The check typically includes the phrase, pay to Babu Rao or bearer, which authorize the bank to pay whoever holds the check. Because bearer checks can be encashed over the counter without endorsement, they are often used for quick payments. However, this comes with a major drawback. If the check is lost or stolen, anyone who finds it can encash it. That's why bearer checks are not recommended for large transactions or sensitive payments. In business, bearer checks may be used for petty cash or reimbursements, but caution is advised. Always keep track of such checks and avoid issuing them unless absolutely necessary. To summarize, bearer checks offer convenience but compromise on security. Understanding their legal standing helps you use them wisely. Now, we will move to the next aspect. Order check, safer than bearer, requires identity verification. Now let's move to the second type, order check, which offers more security than bearer checks. An order check is payable only to the person whose name is written on the check. The bank verifies the identity of the person before releasing the payment, making it a safer option for financial transactions. This type of check is governed by Section 13 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881, which defines the legal framework for negotiable instruments. Unlike bearer checks, order checks require the bank to confirm the identity of the payee, reducing the risk of unauthorized encashment. For example, if the check says, pay to Babu Rao only, the bank will not release the funds to anyone else. This adds a layer of protection, especially in high-value or sensitive payments. However, order checks can still be transferred through endorsement and delivery, making them flexible yet secure. Order checks are commonly used in legal settlements, business payments, and formal transactions where identity verification is essential. They strike a balance between convenience and safety. Understanding the legal implications of order checks helps you choose the right type for your needs. Always ensure the payee's name is correctly written and endorsed if transferring. Now, we will move to next aspect. Cross-check, secure bank-to-bank transfer, no cash payment. Let's now explore the third type, cross check, which is designed for secure bank-to-bank transactions. A cross check cannot be encashed directly at the bank counter. Instead, the amount must be deposited into the payee's bank account, making it a safer alternative to bearer or order checks. This type of check is governed by sections 123 to 131 of the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881, which outline the rules for general and special crossing. A general crossing is marked by two parallel lines on the top left corner of the check, often with the words "and co" or "AC payee only." This restricts payment to the account holder and prevents misuse. Cross checks are widely used in business transactions, salary payments, and legal settlements where traceability and security are essential. For example, if a check is crossed with a C payee only, the bank will only credit the amount to the account of the person named on the check. This method ensures that even if the check is lost or stolen, it cannot be misused easily. It adds a layer of protection and accountability to financial dealings. Cross checks can also be specially crossed to a particular bank, adding further control. Understanding cross checks helps you safeguard your money and comply with banking norms. Always cross your checks when making payments to others, especially for large amounts. Now, we will move to the next aspect. Other check types are post-dated, stale, travelers and self-checks. We now arrive at the final aspect, where we explore 4 additional types of checks that are frequently encountered in banking and legal transactions. These include post-dated checks, stale checks, traveler's checks, and self-checks, each serving a unique purpose. Let's begin with post-dated checks. These are checks issued with a future date, and they cannot be encashed until that date arrives. Though legally valid, banks will reject them if presented before the mentioned date. These are often used in installment payments or deferred transactions. Next, we have stale checks. According to banking norms and the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881, a check becomes stale if it is presented after 3 months from its date of issue. Such checks are considered invalid and are not honored by banks. Traveler's checks are designed for use during travel. They are pre-printed, secure instruments that can be encashed or used for purchases without carrying large amounts of cash. Though less common today due to digital alternatives, they remain a safe option for international travel. Lastly, self-checks are issued by the account holder to withdraw money from their own account. The word "self" is written in place of the payee's name. These are typically used for personal cash withdrawals and are encashed over the counter with identity verification. All these check types are governed by the Negotiable Instruments Act, 1881, and are subject to banking regulations. Understanding them helps you avoid rejection, misuse, and legal complications. Thank you for watching this detailed breakdown of check types in India. For more simplified legal content in Hindi and English, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Law Made Simple. This concludes our today's concept on 7 types of checks in India explained.